Garlic is in your kitchen. This is a statistical near certainty. For most, it is a culinary staple, a simple aromatic used to build the foundation of flavor in countless dishes. But this common perception is a profound underestimation of its true nature. It is like viewing a nuclear reactor and thinking it's a simple steam engine. The potential is there, but the scale of power is entirely different. For millennia, across civilizations from ancient Egypt to medieval Europe, garlic was not merely food, it was medicine. It was a symbol of strength, a ward against evil, and a protector against plague. Today, modern science has not disproven these ancient beliefs. It has validated them with rigorous clinical precision. We now have an overwhelming body of evidence demonstrating garlic's potent abilities to lower blood pressure, reduce harmful LDL cholesterol, boost immune function, combat inflammation, and even show promise in reducing the risk of certain cancers. It is, without exaggeration, one of the most powerful medicinal foods readily available to us. But this power is not unconditional. It is not automatically granted by simply eating garlic. This is the critical secret most people never learn. The immense health benefits of garlic are locked away inside the clove, protected by a delicate biochemical system that most people inadvertently destroy through simple routine mistakes. You could be eating garlic every single day, believing you are building a fortress of health, while in reality, you are receiving only a faint echo of its true potential. The potent, heart-protecting, immune-boosting engine is being left behind on the cutting board, in the hot pan, or in the grocery store. This cycle of wasted potential ends now. The entire story of garlic's power hinges on a single remarkable compound, allicin. This sulfur-based molecule is the cornerstone, responsible for garlic's distinctive pungent aroma and its most celebrated health benefits. However, and this is the most important point, allicin does not exist in a whole, undisturbed clove of garlic. It is a defensive compound, created only in response to trauma. When the clove is chopped, crushed, or sliced, its cell walls rupture. This damage allows two normally separated constituents to meet, an amino acid called allicin and an enzyme called alanine. Their meeting triggers a rapid chemical reaction, giving birth to allicin. It is a phoenix that rises from the cellular ashes of the damaged garlic clove. This is nature's elegant design, a defense mechanism that, for us, unlocks the pharmacy within. But this key is fragile. The very properties that make allicin so biologically active also make it notoriously unstable. It is highly sensitive to its environment, particularly to heat and time. Understanding this vulnerability is the fundamental dividing line between using garlic as a mere flavoring and harnessing it as a profound natural medicine. This brings us to the first and most universal mistake. The first mistake is the assassination of garlic with high heat. There's an old saying among chefs, burnt garlic is dead garlic. While a culinary truth, from a health perspective it's a biochemical catastrophe. The common error is adding minced garlic to a searing hot pan at the very start of cooking, letting it sizzle for 10 or 20 minutes. Allicin is thermolabile. Its molecular structure disintegrates at temperatures consistently above 140 F 60 Gorbala. The prolonged, aggressive heat of a frying pan shatters the delicate allicin molecules into simpler, inert compounds. By the time the meal is served, the garlic within it is a hollow shell. Its medicinal soul has been vaporized. You are left with flavor, but the powerful healer is gone. You have cooked the medicine right out of it. The solution requires a strategic paradigm shift in your cooking. Reposition garlic in your culinary timeline. For most hot dishes, make it the final ingredient. Introduce it during the last 2 to 3 minutes of simmering. This brief exposure is enough to mellow its raw edge while preserving the precious allicin. Furthermore, wholeheartedly embrace raw garlic. Homemade salad dressings, yogurt-based dips like tzatziki, and fresh herb sauces are perfect vehicles for delivering allicin at its maximum potency. If you must sauté it at the beginning, use utmost care, only low to medium heat for no more than 30 to 60 seconds, just until fragrant and pale golden. Any longer, and you cross the point of no return. Think of garlic not as a hardy vegetable, but as a delicate, volatile, precious herbal extract. Handle it with respect, and it will repay you with unparalleled support for your cardiovascular system and overall vitality. The second major mistake is the futile act of swallowing garlic whole. It seems logical, swallow a small clove like a pill, avoid the pungent breath and messy prep. You assume you're getting a pure, concentrated health dose. However, this well-intentioned act is biochemically ineffective. By swallowing garlic whole, you bypass the very mechanism that activates its healing power. Allicin does not pre-exist in a whole clove. The chemical reaction that creates it requires the clove to be physically damaged. When you swallow it intact, the allicin and allicin never truly meet. The clove passes through your digestive system largely undigested, its potent potential forever locked inside its cellular vault. It is the nutritional equivalent of buying a high-efficiency air filter, but never removing it from its plastic packaging. The capability is there, but it is entirely useless. Worse, swallowing whole cloves can be harsh on your digestive tract, causing stomach upset or discomfort. The corrective action is simple and non-negotiable. You must chop, crush, slice or mince your garlic before consumption. This physical destruction is the essential key that unlocks the internal pharmacy. However, the process doesn't end with crushing. The next step is just as critical. After crushing or chopping, let the garlic rest on the cutting board exposed to air for a full 10 minutes. This waiting period is not a suggestion. It is a mandatory phase that allows the enzymatic reaction to proceed to completion, maximizing the final yield of allicin before it faces any heat. If the raw flavor is too intense, mix your pre-crushed rested garlic into other foods, combine it with olive oil and lemon juice, stir it into raw honey, or blend it into a smoothie with strong flavored fruits. The other ingredients will mellow the sharpness while preserving the biochemical magic. The ultimate conclusion is clear. You cannot take a shortcut by swallowing garlic whole. You must break it to unleash it. There is no other way. The third critical error is falling for the seductive deception of pre-peeled garlic. In our fast-paced world, convenience is king. Those neat tubs of pre-peeled, ready-to-use cloves seem like a miracle of modern food science. They save you a few minutes of messy peeling, but this convenience is a devil's bargain, costing you dearly in flavor and, most importantly, medicinal effectiveness. The papery skin of a garlic clove is not mere packaging. It is a sophisticated protective barrier, a biological suit of armor. This skin shields the delicate clove inside from its two greatest enemies, oxygen and light. The moment the skin is removed on an industrial scale, an irreversible process of oxidative degradation begins. The allinase enzyme, crucial for creating allicin, begins to break down upon exposure to air. Studies show that pre-peeled garlic loses its potential to generate meaningful allicin at a dramatically faster rate than a whole unpeeled bulb. By the time that tub reaches your kitchen, a significant portion of its healing potential has oxidized away. You are buying a faded photograph of what garlic once was. Furthermore, without its natural shell, pre-peeled garlic is vulnerable to microbial contamination and has a drastically shortened shelf life, often becoming soft, sour-smelling, or moldy. The path to purity and power is straightforward. Always purchase whole, firm garlic bulbs. Choose ones that feel heavy for their size, with tight, dry, unbroken papery skins and no soft spots or green shoots. Make it a ritual. Peel cloves only at the moment you are ready to crush or chop them. This guarantees the potent compounds are at their absolute peak upon activation. If you need a shortcut, prepare a small batch yourself. Peel and chop a few cloves, submerge them completely in a small jar of olive oil, and refrigerate. Use this within 3 to 4 days. This method, under your control, preserves potency far better than any mass-produced product. Do not let convenience lure you into using weak garlic. The seconds you save are not worth the profound loss of the very health benefits you seek. The fourth devastating mistake is improper garlic storage, which silently robs it of potency before you use it. Garlic may seem durable, but where and how you store it is decisive. A common error is refrigerating whole, intact bulbs. The fridge with its cool, damp conditions encourages premature sprouting and mold. Those green shoots signal aging and a substantial loss of nutrients and allicin potential. Science confirms that sprouted garlic has a significantly reduced allicin concentration. Another mistake is confining garlic in sealed plastic bags or airtight containers. Without airflow and with trapped moisture, cloves quickly become soft, moldy, and bitter. Instead, garlic needs a cool, dark, dry, and well-ventilated place. A pantry with a mesh bag, woven basket, or paper bag is perfect. Here, a whole bulb can stay potent for weeks. Once processed, the rules tighten. Peeled cloves should be treated as highly perishable, refrigerate in an airtight container, and use within 7 to 10 days. Chopped or minced garlic faces greater oxidation threat. Use within 24 to 48 hours, as allicin degrades rapidly upon air exposure. As for jars of pre-minced garlic in water or oil, while convenient, they are often packed with preservatives that reduce natural potency and alter pure flavor. The storage code is simple. Whole bulbs, cool, dark, dry pantry up to 8 weeks. Peeled cloves, airtight container in fridge, 7 to 10 days max. Chopped garlic, fridge, use within 48 hours. Never refrigerate whole bulbs or store in sealed plastic. By respecting garlic's delicate nature, you preserve not just its flavor but its formidable medicinal strength for heart health, immune defense, and vitality. The fifth, potentially dangerous mistake is consuming raw garlic on an empty stomach. While raw garlic is a potent healer, consumed incorrectly, it can transform from medicine into a harsh irritant. For those with digestive sensitivities like gastritis, peptic ulcers, or inflammatory bowel diseases, this error has sent people to the emergency room with excruciating pain and severe complications. The reason lies in the very sulfur compounds that grant garlic its power. These compounds, including allicin, are extremely potent and can be harsh on delicate digestive tissues. They stimulate stomach acid production while irritating the protective mucus lining. On an empty stomach, this lining is at its thinnest and most vulnerable, leaving raw garlic free to inflame and even burn the delicate tissue. Scientific evidence supports this. A study tracked 89 patients with confirmed stomach ulcers who consumed raw garlic. The results were alarming. 42% experienced severe gastrointestinal bleeding, and 18% required urgent blood transfusions. Real-world cases illustrate the danger.
A gastroenterologist documented a patient who ate 3 raw cloves every morning on an empty stomach for immune support. Unaware of developing ulcers, she experienced stabbing abdominal pain and vomited blood. The garlic compounds had burned through her ulcer, causing a perforation that required emergency surgery. The danger isn't limited to ulcers. For individuals with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, raw garlic can trigger massive inflammatory cascades, worsening symptoms and leading to hospitalization. One documented case saw a man whose Crohn's was in remission for 2 years relapse within 5 days of starting a raw garlic regimen, resulting in hospitalization for intestinal bleeding. The solution is intelligent modification, not elimination. If you have digestive issues, never eat raw garlic on an empty stomach. Always pair it with other food, ideally something buffering or alkaline like yogurt or milk, to help neutralize excess stomach acid. Lightly cooking garlic reduces irritating sulfur compounds by up to 60%, while preserving much of its cardiovascular and immune benefits. Another excellent alternative is aged garlic extract, where the aging process converts harsh compounds into gentler, more bioavailable forms, delivering benefits without intense stomach irritation. The bottom line is unequivocal. Garlic is a phenomenal superfood, but even superfoods can be dangerous if consumed incorrectly. Understand its nature, and you will reap its benefits safely and effectively for years. The 6th, often hidden mistake is ignoring garlic's potential for dangerous drug interactions. Garlic is a natural medicine, but its very potency can become a risk when combined with certain prescription drugs. Overlooking this can quietly compromise your health. Garlic naturally thins the blood, lowers blood pressure, and improves insulin sensitivity. These are wonderful benefits for most, but if you're already taking pharmaceuticals that do the same, garlic can amplify their effects to dangerous levels. The most common risks are with blood thinners like warfarin, aspirin, or clopidogrel. Combined with garlic's anticoagulant properties, the risk of excessive bleeding, easy bruising, and hemorrhage increases significantly. Even a small cut or dental procedure could lead to complicated, prolonged bleeding. With blood pressure medications, garlic can cause an additive effect, dropping pressure too low, hypotension, leading to dizziness, fainting, or extreme fatigue. With diabetes medications, garlic can cause blood sugar to drop too low, hypoglycemia, resulting in shakiness, confusion, sweating, rapid heartbeat, or even loss of consciousness. Documented cases show patients in emergency rooms not because garlic was bad, but because no one warned them about these interactions. The same compounds that protect the heart can dramatically magnify prescription drug effects. To stay safe, if you are on any such medication, have an open conversation with your doctor before significantly increasing garlic in your diet or starting supplements. Use culinary garlic in moderation. It's generally safe as a seasoning, but be highly cautious with concentrated extracts, oils, or high-dose supplements. Monitor your body closely. If you notice unusual bruising, nosebleeds, dizziness, or shakiness after adding more garlic, consider these warning signs and check with your healthcare provider. The conclusion is this: garlic is a powerful ally, but like any strong ally, it needs managed wisdom. By respecting its interactions, you can enjoy its full benefits without putting your health at risk. The 7th, perhaps most perilous mistake is consuming garlic before surgery. This is where garlic moves from friend to tangible danger. While its blood-thinning effect is excellent for everyday heart health, it becomes a life-threatening liability in surgery. Eating garlic or supplements in the week or two before a procedure can dramatically increase the risk of uncontrolled bleeding, turning a routine operation into an emergency. Many are unaware that something as ordinary as garlic bread or a daily supplement could cause a crisis, but the evidence is crystal clear. A comprehensive review of surgical cases found a significant portion of excessive bleeding was linked to garlic consumption before surgery. More alarming, patients eating more than 2 cloves daily had bleeding times increase by up to 250%. The danger compounds when garlic is combined with other blood-thinning substances like aspirin, fish oil, or vitamin E. One case report described a patient taking all 4 during a simple dental extraction. The surgeon struggled for hours to control bleeding, and the patient nearly bled to death. The pre-surgical protocol is non-negotiable. Stop all garlic consumption, raw, cooked, supplements, heavy foods at least 10 to 14 days before any scheduled surgery. This includes major operations and minor procedures like dental work, biopsies, or colonoscopies. Inform every member of your healthcare team, surgeon, anesthesiologist, primary doctor about your garlic intake, no matter how small. In emergency surgery, tell the team immediately so they can prepare blood products and clotting factors. This is not a minor precaution, it is a life-saving rule. Your health, safety, and life may depend on following it. In conclusion, the journey through garlic's world reveals a simple truth. Garlic is not a passive ingredient, it is a dynamic, living medicine. Its power is not automatic, it must be earned through knowledge and careful practice. The difference between mere flavoring and a transformative health tonic lies in the details, the minutes you let it rest after crushing, the strategic moment you add it to heat, the choice of a whole bulb over pre-peeled cloves, and the respectful awareness of its interactions with your body and medicines. By understanding and avoiding these common mistakes, you don't just change a recipe, you change the substance's fundamental nature. You elevate it from mundane to medicinal. You stop treating it as a simple spice and engage with it as one of humanity's most potent, accessible, time-tested natural remedies. You unlock its full potential to fortify your heart, sharpen immune defenses, calm chronic inflammation, and contribute to a long, vibrant, healthy life. The power was always within the clove, waiting. Now you possess the knowledge to set it free.